This is Magik, the party spark of the J team, A-Town extraordinaire, the caterator.
This is your boy Chuck C from them Throwback Boys. Stacks on deck. Zone 3 representative. And this is Atlanta Rap History.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening? We back again, man. We back again. Off of
That's
last
right.
week, we had that good interview. We back again. What's happening? What's happening?
Peace up, A-Town down.
Always, man. Always. Like they say, peace up, A-Town down, man. Always giving respect and peace out to the A. This Atlanta rap history, you know, where we talk about the history of Atlanta rap, where it started from. Right, we had to come up with this show because if you Google it, you go come up with the wrong history.
The wrong history. We here to get it right, get it straight.
So
What's
I
up?
am your boy Chuck C, man, from them Throwback Boys and my.
I am Magik, the party spoil from the J team.
Hey, the J team, the original,
Yes,
where it really all started from. It all go back to that. Any person you talk to in the beginning of Atlanta rap is gonna go back to the J team. It's gonna go back to Edward J.
Well, you know, like last Tuesday when we had the show with, you know, Shadi kind of made you know, a statement saying that it was a place where, you know, artists before we had labels here and all that was able to bring their songs and, you know, or records or whatever and bring it up to us for, you know, to put on mixtapes and stuff like that to give, you know, give them some kind of, you know, notoriety and some you know, some footage, man. You know, give them some real live footage, man. You know what I'm saying? On ear candy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it was all about, man. And you know, so most definitely peace out and you know, paying homage to the king, which I call the king of the South, is King Edward J.
King Edward J. Yeah, King Edward J. It all goes back to King Edward J. Anytime you talk to a rap pioneer, it's gonna go back to King Edward J. So for the young people that might not understand what we talking about, to be on a J Team tape, that was like being on a Gangsta Grill tape. That was like being on a Gangsta Grill mixtape to where you was go blow up right after that mixtape, right after you came out on the Gangsta Grill, you was expected to blow up. It was the same with the J Team back there. If you could get your song on the J Team mixtape, then you knew you would have a chance on blowing up.
Well, more so than that, I would say it was more so for the everyday listeners, man, who can listen to, you know, hip hop and the style of music, because back then it wasn't your 107.9 and your 95.5s and, you know, 97.5. You know, it was on the V103 and you know, they had a mixtape show what they did on Fridays, which was the Fresh Party. So some people did record that, you know, they had to listen to, but other than that, to get some original, you know, and just to be the first one to have that tape, or, you know, first one to bump it around down the street or whatever, it was a big deal, man.
Yeah, they all go back to the J Team tapes. Now we done talked about it and discussed it on many shows about who was the first rapper, who was the second rapper, who was the third rapper. Let's I'm gonna let some of the people say it out of their own mouth, right? I'm gonna let some of the people say it out their own mouth. So let's see what Kilo said. Wait, what position he said he fall in at?
I'm the fourth rapper out of Georgia. I'm the fourth rapper out of Atlanta. So, you know, that was like 80,000 brothers ago. So we started a pathway for that continues to this day. We built this tribe of rappers or whatnot. And I was probably one of the, you know, the younger old school rappers. Yeah.
So he say he was the fourth.
Okay.
He said he was the fourth. That's what he said.
Okay.
So
that sounds about right.
So he say he the fourth.
Okay.
So that means we got Mojo, Shadi, and Raheem.
Okay.
And maybe
that sounds about right.
Cause and then he said
well, I know what.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I know one thing was clarified, and what Shadi said on the show last Tuesday, that he used to carry crates for Mojo when Mojo was a rapper.
Right.
So that most definitely put him first.
That definitely
Mojo
put
being
him
the first
first.
rapper.
That definitely put
Right,
him
right.
first. And then that
That's
would
right.
put Shadi behind him at second. But
okay.
The question is the third position. The question is really the third position, right? Because even Raheem said who the first position is.
But when I tell you what gonna trip you out was our very first rapper, Mojo, came out '82. He rented a club for my dad, and my daddy owned a club downtown. So people didn't know that either.
Didn't know that. Exclusive.
He had a little club. So Mojo came in and told my dad, I could pack this place for you. I'm a rapper. I go to Washington High School. He said, okay. My daddy let him rent the spot. He had 600 kids and up. My dad say, who in the hell is this Mojo guy?
Exactly.
So Raheem said that Mojo was first.
Okay.
Raheem said Mojo was first. Out of Washington High on the west side.
Washington High School, west side.
Off of Ashby.
Yes, sir. Right, sir. Right around the corner from the bluff.
Right around the corner. Right around the corner. So the west side. 1982. He said 82. So the reason why I say we trying to debate who was number 3 is because this is what Sammy Sam said.
Okay.
Now, Sammy Sam say back in 1984,
84.
He said it was him, Shadi, and his homie Kilo.
Kilo.
He didn't say Raheem the Dream.
He didn't say that. He sure did. He left that out.
So,
but it did. I do. He did say something about him and Kilo was out around that time. So, what's the disparity between Kilo and Sammy Sam, or those positions? Because Kilo said he was 4, but Sammy Sam said he came out along with Kilo.
He came along with him. And then if you listen to the song, let's just back it up one time. Listen to the beat that he rapping on.
Your turn. I started way back in 1984. It was my nigga Kilo. We used to rock the party. We used to be cool. We used to keep this shit going back in the old school. And you really do well. Man, I get fucked up. But what I wanna say about this motherfucking dog.
So he was rapping off an old beat.
Which happened to be Planet Rock.
Planet Rock.
And Shadi mentioned that. And Shadi mentioned that African Bambaataa was his cousin out of New York. That he kind of brought the culture here from New York.
From New York. Said it right here on this show. Said it right here on this show. Said it right here on this show. Let us know that he was he was close to African Bambaataa. They stayed in the same project building. And that, that he was around during all that time of the making of the Planet Rock scene.
Right. But there's no question about it. He did say that he carried crates for Mojo. So we know Mojo is first. So now, who is second, who is third, and who is fourth?
Yeah, then that's the question. Now, like I say, Kilo said he was fourth. I think Shadi said he was second.
Okay.
So it's that third spot and that fourth spot that we really trying to figure out. Let's see what Mojo said himself.
Mojo. Tell the people who is Mojo.
Well, just in case you didn't know, they call me Mojo. I was the first rapper in Atlanta to get a song played on the radio. What was that song? Let Mojo handle it. Yeah!
Yeah.
1982. Please believe me.
God damn it. 1982.
1982.
Let Mojo handle it.
Please believe it. And then you heard what he said at the end. Did you catch what he said at the end?
I missed that. What was it? What he said?
Let's play it back one more time. Just catch.
Let's play it back one more time.
Play it back. Catch what he said at the end.
Mojo. Tell the people who is Mojo.
Well, just in case you didn't know, they call me Mojo. I was the first rapper in Atlanta to get a song played on the radio. What was that song? Let Mojo handle it. Yeah! 1982. Please believe me.
That sound familiar.
That sound kind of familiar. Sound like another person that came up that used to come around saying, yeah.
Okay.
So, but we see where he get it from. This Atlanta rap history.
Atlanta rap history.
We see where he get it from. We see where he get it from. Matter of fact, let's do something I don't think a lot of people, even our age, might even have heard. But let's do this. Let's play Mojo's first song. Let Mojo handle it. Let's see what it sounds like.
Okay.
Holy rap that man.
So you see, that was Mojo. Let Mojo handle it. Y'all heard it right here on Atlanta Rap History. The first considered rap song from Atlanta. That was the first right there by Mojo.
Okay.
It was real funky. Okay. You could hear the funk. It was funky. You could hear the funk. It was real funky. You could hear a lot of the. You could hear the hey that was going on doing crunk music. You could hear a lot of that in the background. If you listen to that song, you could hear a lot of that. And again, you could hear the yeah.
So that was most definitely a crunk song. I would consider it was crunk. Because when I was in the club back then, I think I would have been crunk.
Oh, man. I'm pretty sure with some hard bottoms on and some slacks, and they probably was sliding across many floors at Charles Disco to that song. I'm pretty sure.
That's
and then,
right.
Like he said, like Raheem said, he was packing places with that song. Packing places. The word is that he.
So that's not what revolutionary for Atlanta.
The word is he recorded that his senior year at Washington High.
Okay.
And he was packing little, renting out little spots and packing these spots. Packing these spots with this song.
And you know what? It do sound band influence, which probably was, at that era, still in that same area of the bands, with the bass guitar.
Yeah.
I can almost say it have somewhat of an influence of maybe some Bootsy Collins or some George Clinton. It got some funk most definitely included in it, in an up-tempo beat that was dance music for the club, for the party people. So
most definitely. That was what would get it crunk back at that time. In the 82, that would have turned it out. That would definitely have turned it out, especially being able to see the person that actually did the song, which was rare back then. You know, it wasn't a lot of shows and stuff like that coming to town. I know they talk about the when Sharon from Sharon Showcase, shout out to Sharon from Sharon Showcase. We go try to get her on the show.
Salute.
They
Salute
talk
to Sharon.
about her bringing New Edition to Atlanta, which was real big. It was kind of new. Talk about that, because like I say, the time was a different time for the youngins that don't know. This right after the Atlanta child murder, so it wasn't a lot of going out and hanging out at
That's so
one
true.
time, and then it went and it flip flop and went to a whole bunch of hanging out with
For sure. Yeah.
with the yeets and the dance craze and the freak neeks and the all this kind of stuff, where it went to people were really hanging out. And
Right.
but talk about how important that was when New Edition first came to town.
Well, I would say, for as major artists, just coming to town, a group like New Edition, you know, that was kind of catered to the younger crowd. And at the time, Sharon Showcase had what was a teen club. Actually, it started out as a skating rink. She had a skating rink at that place. And that's some history if anybody didn't know.
Okay.
But Shadi mentioned that she had a trailer behind the building where she put on these shows and stuff like that. And see, that was before my time, before I jumped off the porch.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So right. So I do have to say that had to be pretty major. You know, even to this day, you know, having New Edition, you know, to show up anywhere, you know, is a big deal. So even then, in the prime, when they had their song doing what it was doing, man, that Candy Girl was big. I do know that much. That's for sure.
It was super big. It was super big. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it drew a big crowd. And then she realized that it was money in the teenage crowd, that I could put on these shows and bring out the teenage crowd and make a lot of money, which we see that Mojo knew. Like Raheem said, that Mojo knew that. Shadi knew it. Shadi talked about how he used to do the parties. He was on the MC, and DJ Man was doing the DJing, and they was renting out the clubhouse at certain apartment complexes and packing them out, getting the money at the door and making a lot of money. So we see that the entrepreneurship in Atlanta go way, way back.
Right. And that led it on to the day to, you know, all the promoting that's going on here in Atlanta. I mean, we was influenced by, you know, the same thing. Me and Kizzy Rock would do the same thing. You know, there was my DJ, you know, from the J Team Place Bass Posse. Shout out to Kizzy Rock.
Shout out to Kizzy Rock.
We would do the same thing, you know, get venues, rent them out, man, have everybody come. And this before your internet, man, you know, it was a lot of word of mouth. You know, I don't even think we had flyers, man, but it was just to the fact that it was good to be able to come out, us youngsters, and have somewhere to go. And I don't think that was happening in a lot of places, man. You know, a lot of other places, most stuff was more geared toward the adult crowd, you know, whatever. But that kind of set off a lot of things with us, just having stuff like the Sharon Showcase and stuff like that. Arnell Starr was a big influence here for us, you know, putting artists and people on the scene, as well as Edward J. So I think that's the spark, man. That kind of got a lot of stuff going in Atlanta. The beginning of, you know, the whole trend of doing promoting and putting on shows and artists doing what they do.
Yeah. And then, like you say, rest in peace, Arnell Starr. Shout out to Arnell Starr. Was a big piece of our Throwback Boyz, big piece. He directed our first video, put us on TV, interviewed us on TV.
Okay.
Big, so rest in peace. Shout out to Arnell
I remember
Starr.
that. I remember that.
Yeah, it was a blessing to be able to go from being a fan of the show, because I remember when it was Atlanta Rap Makers. Remember, he changed it to American Rap Makers. When I was on it was American Rap Makers. But at the beginning, it was Atlanta Rap Makers. And they used to have a lot of underground Atlanta raps you used to be able to see on that. And then shout out to Camp, because Camp took that same concept and started doing his video show late night. He used to do all his Oom Camp artists along with other artists, but he would do all the Oom Camp artists, rappers would be on there. They would host the show. The your Baby D's was the host. The DJ Unks was the host. Back then, they would play their music and show their videos. So we see that, like I say again, when it come to that entrepreneurship, they wasn't running up to BET trying to get on BET. They was making their own shows.
And I most definitely have to give a shout out to Spearhead X, Xavier Hargrove, man. They had Dirty TV that did the same thing, man. They did videos and, you know, stuff like that, man, you know, late night, man. So, you know, just what we had, man, it's just kind of, you know, it's untouchable, man. You know, what we had here. Just proud to be from here, man. The whole rap scene, you know, and I'm proud of where it's gone and where it's at to this day. But it do come from the history, though.
It come from the history. Like you say, it come from the history. And then it's like you say, it's a lot of entrepreneurs. And then, like you said, when you go back to that title, King of the South, you know, they try to we ain't talking about King of the South like T.I. We talking about moguls. You know what I'm saying? And they try to get at to Master P. But like we say, Edward J was doing it long before that.
Long before that. Even before Too Short. Right. And the reason I say King of the South, he my King of the South, because he's still alive, you know. Shout out to Reverend King Edward J, you know. Yeah, man, most definitely, man, you know, he was a trailblazer.
Trailblazer, yeah, exactly. And like you say, man, he was definitely a trailblazer. He was something to like you say, if you wanted to be, you know, if you wanted to be heard, you wanted to be on a J Team tape. That was, man, when I was a fan, it was a time where I thought that would have been the top of my career if I could just get on a later DJ mixtape. You know, this is how important that the J Team was. I just, you know, if you could just get on there, you would be the man, we thought back then. And there was a lot of these DJs that paved the way for what people doing right now in Atlanta.
Right. And even MCs, man, he had a host of MCs outside of DJs. We had people like you know, Joe for Show, man, and Alexandra the Great, you know, she was doing her thing. So I was a fan before I even became a member, man. And like I say, DJ Man and DJ Lynn, which I was fortunate enough, you know, to work with those guys, you know, in different ways. And yeah, man, it was just a host of Dangerous D, man, D Most Def, man, you know. It just, yeah, so I have to shout out to a lot of cats, man, you know, that were doing their thing, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of them doing their thing that the public don't know about. So it's important that we call their name out, go look these names up, check out who some of these people is, because like I say, it started way before the TIs. It started way before, you know, the Young Thugs, and we gotta look at it. We gotta be for real. Young Thug is like a G to some of these people. Some of these people growed up on Young Thug. They will say, I growed up on Young Thug. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be able to see who Young Thug grew up on, and then see who that person grew up on, because the history go deep.
Yeah, but most definitely, man, you know, paying homage, man, because even these cats that's out now, one day they stuff will be history, you know. So you know, though I think it's important to that, because, you know, just like we influence the people after us, the people after us influence the people after them, and so on and so on. And it don't stop.
And it don't stop.
So that's why I think that's why Atlanta been kind of on top of the, you know, the game for a long time, just because it's so deep rooted. You know what I mean? Like you were saying before in the show with Shady, talk about the foundation, man. Got a strong foundation to build on top of it to make things what it is, man. But yeah, you know, like we were saying, man, on that star, you know, that's how I learned about you, you know, and the Throwback Boys, man, you know, before, you know, I knew you before I knew you, you know what I'm saying? You know, seeing you on TV and being, you know, put out you and John Doe and, you know, the whole crew, man, you know, y'all doing y'all thing.
Dirty D, them Throwback Boys.
Dirty D's. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exactly. And like you say, they again with that on their star, you know, can't give him enough props. You know, like I said, they gave us a plaque and everything from that show, man. So we got nothing but love for Arnell Starr. He was, like you say, Atlanta rap history, really trying to do something for Atlanta rappers. Like, he was the one out there making the shows, you know, doing the deals to put some of these people on, to be able to interview them and show their videos on. And he was another one, like a Edward J, just on the video side.
Right. And I have to say, even like your Jermaine Dupri's and Dallas Austin, I have to say they was even influenced by Edward J. I remember them cats, you know, like, you know, Jermaine getting tapes and stuff like that from the Edward J shop. You know what I'm saying? And he actually went on to put together on his label So So Def, a So So Def based all-star compilation, which featured Edward J talking through the whole album like a Edward J mixtape.
And which it really was, cause all they did was got some producers to take the pillow bass sound and take the boom room sound and make a record with it. But voila, you got So So Def Bass All Star Volume 1. Go look it up. Listen to that and listen to a J tape. Listen to that and listen to a J tape.
It's the same thing. You know, shout out to Player Poncho, you know, and I have to say that thing went gold because he got a gold plat album on his record at the crib. So shout out to Player Poncho.
Shout out to Player Poncho.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Player Poncho, man. Like I said, they was doing that So So Def Bass compilation. It did numbers and it was running. It did good. It did a lot of numbers. That song Shorty Swing My Way come off of that. Which again to me is a pillow bass, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
If you ask me, but it was some big songs came off of that. Enough to where they made a volume 2. It was big enough to where they made a volume 2, and then the volume 2 was also kind of big too. So that just go to show the influence of, you know, the influence that they have, the influence of the J team.
Exactly. Yep. So yeah, man. Even like Shadi was saying, you know, they had some of the best DJs. He went on to use 2 DJs from the J team, you know, during his career, which was DJ Man and DJ Smurf, better known as Mr. College Paul, who went on to put out Yin Yang Twins. And if you listen to one of the Yin Yang Twins album, they actually have a song on there called Bedroom Boom. And we had several volumes. We had 7 volumes.
Again, that's where you see a lot of these things come from. A lot of them was coming from the J team, and then they was taking these things and making records.
They were.
I always thought that Timbaland style sounded a lot like the Pillar Bass series, the way he would put the heavy 808 over a slow song, a song that they were singing on, but it would have the hard 808 in it, and it always made me think about an Edward J tape.
Right, and double time. It would always be in double time, where the beat would be faster than the slow song. But you know, you line it and mix it up where it's in double time and it mix right in. You know, it sounds real good. So DJ to this day even do that, man. I listen to, you know, the radio here and there. And shout out to you know, some of the radio DJs like your Hershey, his sound, Baby You, most definitely DJ JC was at B103, and he was a part of the J team. He actually went on to be Ludacris DJ. But me and him had a tape that we made together. Him and Edward J, they went platinum in the street. That was a real, you know, hot mixtape. But he was kind of like, what can I say? He had a good mix of flavor for us. New York and Atlanta sound kind of combining the 2 sounds on his mixtape. So his mixtape would sound different from a Kids Rock mixtape. A Kids Rock mixtape would sound different from a Smurf mixtape, but somewhat similar. No, but everybody had their own style and sound as DJs, man. And you know, like I say, all you MCs, man, from MC Jam to Lady DJ, most definitely. Erica D, fine as she can be.
Yeah.
China, there's no one finer. You know, we had a host of MCs and DJs, man. You know, that was You know, and everybody almost had, it was like almost in character form, man. Everybody had their own feel, you know, and way they express and say it things, man, made everybody different. And like I said, I have to pay homage to the one before us, like your Joe for Show and Alexander the Great and Wanda T, Edward J, man. The list goes on, man.
Yeah, DJs, that because the movement really started with the DJs. It really started with the DJs and evolved to the rap, but it started heavy with the DJing.
Right, Bo Depp, because at the time, like you were saying, it wasn't a lot of it wasn't labels here that were dishing ideas to artists. So the most and the best thing we could do is take other artists' music and make a way to be creative out of that. We would take 808 drum machines, the 909, SB12, the 1200, and we'll, you know, recreate beats, man. And we worked a lot with instrumentals, man. We did a lot with acapellas, you know, where we make our own beat to a song, man. It just changed the whole dynamics of a song, man. So, you know, we had our own flavor and way of doing things, man. But yeah, man.
You hear it a lot. You hear it still today in a lot of music today. It's still, you can still hear it. That's why it's important we tell y'all know your history, because when you know your history, you know where they came from. You hear it, you be like, oh, that came from such and such. And when you hear it, you can see where it came from. Just like we heard today, we can see where Lil Jon might have got that Yale from.
Even remixes, you know, a lot of Jermaine Dupri songs were like remixes of songs that we might have used to mix the same kind of way, you know. That was kind of heavily influenced. Same thing with Puffy did with Juicy Fruit with Biggie, and you know, a lot of the songs that were old songs that they took and remixed them for rappers. So that's pretty much what we were doing on, you know, mixtapes then. And they say if it sell once, it'll sell twice. So if you take a hit song and you remix it and put a flavor to it, man, it's gonna do what it's do.
It's gonna do what it do. Yeah, and that was like you say, y'all early with the remixes. Y'all early knowing that it's about the remix and taking that same song and flipping it again and making people want it all over again.
All over again.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly. So like we always say, when it comes to this rap history, some kind of way it always go back to King Edward J and the J Team. That's the foundation. When you talk about the foundation, it always go back to that. But we did find out today that Mojo, most definitely, first show was the first rapper, and we heard the song.
Well, the first rapper to have a song on the radio.
The first one to have a song on the radio.
Right. So then I have to go back again to King Edward J because he would rap over his tapes. And I tell you, back in the days of '83, he said it was him, Edward J, and Wanda T. But they would rap over stuff too. So that was '83. Now, what year was Mojo? We said that was '82.
Mojo say '82.
82. Okay.
Mojo say he was '82.
Okay.
Edward J say he was '83. Sammy Sound say he was '84.
Well, we got to reach out to the king.
We gonna have Raheem the Dream. He's gonna be able to say.
Okay.
He knows. He was there.
Okay.
He's gonna be able to clear it up. He's gonna be able to let us know the order of things, and that's coming up next week. So, man, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned next week.
Next week, Raheem the Dream. Y'all know what it is.
The Dream.
Eliminator.
Raheem the Dream.
Come on, man.
The most beautiful
girl in the world.
We wear shorts.
Shorts.
Shout it don't freak no more.
Shout it don't freak no more.
The list goes on and on. The list goes
so damn tough.
The list goes on and on and on and on. The list goes on and on, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. He got a long list. He got a big catalog. Let's go with
not just a catalog. He has a book that he wrote. He has artists that he's responsible for that he put out. Like Drama. Who else he was?
The
Who,
list
who
go
else came up under
the list goes
Raheem,
on.
my umbrella?
The list goes
We
on.
gonna let Raheem tell it. We
We'll
gonna
let
let
him tell
Raheem
it.
tell it.
I ain't
We
gonna
gonna let
we gonna
Raheem
let
tell
him
it.
tell it. It's a long list. It's a long list. Some of your favorites
Right.
too. Some of y'all favorites, y'all didn't even know that Raheem the one that put him out. Some of y'all favorites.
Yeah.
From the West Side. If you're a West Sider, some of y'all favorites, Raheem put them out. Raheem got them they deals. But we gonna talk about it next week. Atlanta rap
Okay.
history, man. We're gonna have Raheem the Dream live on the show, talking
Right.
about how
And
it
I would say
happened
that's
at the beginning.
another forefather, man. Another forefather. So we had a Mount Rushmore. I would say it would have to be Mojo, King Edward J, most definitely, Raheem the Dream, Sammy Sam, and Kilo.
We gotta have Sade on there too.
I didn't say Sade. Oh, I'm
No, man.
tripping.
We gotta
We
have
might hold on. Wait,
Sade
it gotta
on
be
there
six.
too.
It gotta be six. It gotta be six head on the Mount
It's
Rushmore
gotta
then,
be
man.
6 heads on there. It's gotta be 6 heads because those are the four founders. Those are the ones that took it outside of Atlanta. Those are the ones that sparked it to make another person say, well, I could be a rapper too. I want to be like Mojo. The way Sade said, I want to be like Mojo. And then somebody said, I want to be like Sade. And then somebody said, I want to be like that person. And the list just goes on and on and on.
It does. And I have to say this too. As far as the influence, a lot of people may think that, J-Team tapes were local.
No.
Jadi said last week that it was worldwide. So just like we would get Jam Pony tapes here and tapes from New York here, Edward J tapes, man, were all over the world. We had people that were here that was in the military. They had family in other states, man, that would go out of town and take these tapes, man. So we would have people from all over the world to come get it. It wasn't ordering online and all that stuff then. So you actually had to come to the city or know somebody that'll send you one through the mail or something like that. But most definitely. And if you listen to the whole Young Jeezy little thing he said on the Atlanta documentary with VH1, he said he used to spill them out his cousin car.
Right. The Edward J tapes. The Edward J
That's
tapes,
how
they
important
come
it
from
was.
all around to get them. Like say, stand in line to get them. These was
On
the
Friday,
thing to
waiting
have
on the
back in
new
the
tape to
days.
get finished. Waiting on that new tape to get finished, so you can be the first one with it.
So you could so you could say you ain't got this one.
You ain't got this one. And
That's
believe me, when you hit that park on Sunday, whether it's Maddox, Mosley, Peak Mine, you go hear coming out speakers out of so many cars, man, that you wouldn't even believe it.
and that's one thing that the youngins don't even get they probably don't even remember. Oh man, the young generation don't remember cruising. They don't remember when gas was cheap and we used to just ride the city just to ride the city because we had fancy car. We just drove because we had a fancy car for no reason other than that because I got 30s and Vols. This why I'm going out to drive the car. For no other reason than that. They don't
The
get that.
streets were the club.
They don't
Parking lot pimping. That's what we call
parking
lit the
lot.
park. All the parking lots were lit, man. And I can
Parking
go back
lots
from
lit.
hey,
They didn't get to see that the Jazzy T's parking lot just lit from front to back, from
oh
the
club
club, the
club
gate,
instead.
with the gate and having
Nightlife.
that parking lot just slaughtered out with cars and people, and the street is packed with cars. Hey,
559.
the whole
7,
Ashby, the whole
all the
Ashby,
strips, man.
traffic
Downtown
all the way
Atlanta,
off the
man.
expressway, traffic
5
backing
Point,
up on the
man.
expressway. This is Atlanta rap history. They don't know the history. See, they didn't get a chance to where it was Freaknik every weekend at Madison Park. They didn't get a chance to
Right,
see that. They
exactly.
didn't get a chance to see Freaknik every weekend at Madison or Mosley Park just for no reason at all. Car show, hundreds of people just out just because the
That's
sun
right.
came up that day.
That's right.
That's how it used to be in Atlanta, man. And we wish it get back that way. We wish it can get back that way. Grant Park, when V103 used to throw the thing in Grant Park and just have thousands of people out there at Grant Park for the V103 family
Oh yeah.
picnic thing they used to have out there, and you know, it
Oh
was a
yeah.
lot of things going on.
Concerts, man, you know, from the Funk Fest, man, all the way, you know, to the Omni, you know, which is Phillips Arena now. Just everywhere, man, we lit, man. You can go to Greenbrier parking lot. You can go to South DeKalb Mall parking lot, man. You know, it was just all about, you know, like I say, the cars, man, and the music, man, and the gathering, man. You know, really didn't even have to go in the club, man.
It was that was a lot going on. Didn't even have to go in the
Plus,
club. It was a
then they
lot
have
going
parking
on
lot.
in the A. And that's the reason you had the J tape, because you weren't going in the club. You had the club outside in the parking lot with the J tape.
Exactly.
Exactly. But like we say every week, man, it's the fastest hour of the week. Hey, another episode of Atlanta Rap History. We thank y'all for joining us. We know y'all could have been anywhere else, man. You could have did anything else, but you joined us, and we thank you for that. Let them know, Magik Mar.
Oh yeah, y'all can check me out. You know, I'm Magik with a K 100 Instagram. You know what I mean? Check me out. You know, in it, man. You know, y'all welcome to comment, man. Anything, you know, let me know. Anybody y'all want to talk about, y'all want to know about anything dealing with the ATL history, man. If you know something I don't know, well, hey, definitely holler at me. You know, yeah. And same thing with Chuck C, man. We out here, man.
Hit us in the comments, man. Let us know. You think it was a rapper came out before Mojo? Let us know. You think somebody came out before Kilo? Let us know. You think somebody
Yeah.
came out before Raheem? Let us know. We want to know. Hit us in the comments, man. Let us know. But you got to be from Atlanta, and you got to have a little bit of this right here. Just a little bit. You got to be from Atlanta, and you got to have a little bit of this right here. But we want to hear it all in the comments, man. Y'all let us know. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, comment. This help the channel when you hit the like button and comment. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification so you know every time we go live. It's a little bell. Hit that notification so you know every time we go live.
Exactly. And just to let y'all know, we ain't even scratched the surface yet. We just get started. We at the forefathers. We still got the crunk. We got the snap. We got the trap. We even got the yeekers. We got it all, baby. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet, baby.
Hey, stay tuned.
We got all the history on all of this stuff, man. And when I say snap, yeet, crunk, trap, we talking about Atlanta.
We talking about Atlanta. And some people, like I say, you got to be from Atlanta to know some of them terms he used. So when he said yeet, you might have to be from the 30, from the 404. This before the 678 and the 770s. We talking about 404. Right. We talking about the 404, man. We not talking about 678, 770s. We ain't.
No, there wasn't even around. It was just straight 404.
Yeah, this is what we talk about on our channel. We're not talking about Metropolitan on our channel. We talking about Stewart